What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dyllan and welcome back to another Division video. This is going up a fair few days late. That's because I've been a little bit busy with some other things at the moment. I've had quite a bit on, so better late than never, I guess. And this is just going to be a few tips and guides on how you can better farm exotics for the new Marshal shield that has just come out. Now, I've been playing the Division for a little over a month now. I started playing at the start of December again to try and get ready for the Division 2. As you can see, I'm only missing one exotic weapon, and I have got all the other exotics in the game. So, some of these tips are very effective, because I'm only missing one. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to it. So, one quick thing to mention is make sure all of your exotics are either in your stash or on one character. The reason for this is because if they are scattered across multiple characters, some of them will not count towards the shield progress. So like I said, make sure they're either in the stash or on your main character in your inventory, and you should be good to go. So first things first is going to be farming world bosses. Now what I mean by this, I'll try and put a screenshot on screen of like the map and all the boss locations. Every single boss has a chance to drop an exotic when you are doing these world runs. So like I said, I usually start up at the top left of the map and then work my way around, around the dark zone sort of thing. Now, like I said, you can do this every 4 hours as well. So first thing you do when you get on the game, run around, kill all of the bosses, and then 4 hours later you can do it all over again, and then 4 hours later you can do it all over again. So you're doing this once or twice a day can definitely increase a couple of chances of getting a couple of exotics that you may need. I managed to get I think it's the Air, the Hilda, and the Caduceus, and there was another one as well. It begins with like a T, it's like an assault rifle. But yeah, I managed to get a fair few exotics I actually needed just by doing that, so definitely that's one of the easiest ways to start trying to, get a few exotics. It's not guaranteed, but like I said, it's just completely random and it can reward you with an exotic or two. Moving on, weekly assignments. Now you get 3 of these every single week. You get a general sort of just one for gameplay, you get one for survival, and then you get one for the underground. Make sure you do all 3 of these every single week. The weekly assignment caches that you are rewarded with guarantee an exotic. So definitely that's 3 extra chances at an exotic every single week. Next thing I would recommend is legendary missions. Now there are 7 legendary missions in the game. If you go onto the shields, go down to the Fang shield. As you can see, 7 legendary missions if you want to know which ones you can actually do. Now when you do a legendary mission, there is an exotic cache reward guaranteed every single week. So what you can do is do all 7 every single week. So that's 7 free exotic caches. And yeah, that's an extra 7 chances at an exotic. Now when you do a legendary mission, they are extremely difficult, so I would definitely recommend matchmaking for them and trying to get a 4-man team. So when you are doing these missions, at the very end of the mission, sometimes a hunter will spawn. Now if you don't know what a hunter is, it's basically a really, really difficult enemy to kill. They use abilities to heal, all that sort of stuff. They're pretty crazy, so you're going to definitely need a team to take them down. But these hunters, if you can kill them, are guaranteed to drop an exotic. So that's another exotic chance just there. So say, 7 legendary missions, and let's say you get 4 out of the 7 missions, 4 of them manage to spawn a hunter. So that's an extra 4 exotics. Now you can rinse and repeat these legendary missions and keep farming the hunters at the end of them, if that's something that you would feel like you would enjoy doing. Also, if you are in a team and you're playing with people, you've managed to matchmake for it, ask people, obviously if you're in a team, you're all going to get the exotic cache at the end, you're all going to get the exotic from the hunter. Ask your teammates what exotics they got, and if they got one that you need, ask them to trade it with you. That's probably one of the best ways to go about doing it as well. Again, the more people you play with, the more exotics that are going to be dropping. So just ask around. If they're nice enough and kind people, more than often they'll drop them for you. Usually what I do, if I've got an exotic, and I get a duplicate, I'll just drop it on the floor and just let anyone pick it up, just because I don't need it. So yeah, that's another little tip for you. Next, I would say resistance is a very good way to farm. P93 is probably one of the better ones, at least in my opinion. It's a really nice resistance to farm. There's a hallway you can go camp down. That's like off to the right when you open up the like big outside area. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice thing to do. Basically, if you don't know what resistance is, it's a horde mode, which is endless. Every 5 waves you manage to beat, so every 5 waves on so like on wave 5, wave 10, wave 15, it will be a boss wave. So if you manage to defeat the boss, then you will get a bonus like reward cash. The one for wave 5 is usually pretty trash, but the wave 10, 15, 20, 25, every 5 after that is really good. The higher you can survive, the better the reward caches will be. They go up in tiers, and the exotic chance out of the cache will increase as well. It's not a guaranteed chance at an exotic, but it is pretty high, so definitely resistance is really good. There's also a loot chest within each of the resistance maps where you can actually go deposit credits, and you can open it multiple times depending on how many credits you have, and that will have a chance to drop exotics, classified armor. So I mean, it's just a really good way, resistance overall, just to get exotics in my personal opinion. And finally, one of the last ways that I like to farm exotics is the underground. A lot of people sleep on the underground. I don't really know why. Personally, I've had a hell of a lot of good luck with the underground. It can get pretty tedious, but it's still a pretty decent way of getting them. I think the bosses, if I remember correctly, the bosses in the underground, like the named enemies, will only drop exotic weapons. So if you're after weapons only, the underground is a really good way to guarantee yourself an exotic weapon. However, if you kill a hunter, sometimes they can drop exotics in the underground as well, and they can sometimes drop armor pieces as well. So I mean, but the named bosses at the end of each phase only drop exotic weapons, and I'm pretty sure that's a fact as well. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of ways to farm exotics that I definitely recommend doing. Legendary missions, do them every single week. Your weekly assignments, your boss runs, resistance farming, the underground. I mean, they're the pretty much, the most efficient ways, in my personal opinion, since I've started playing this game again, to get exotics. Hopefully this helps you get the Marshal shield. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. Peace.